This is Chico Resch. You are listening to the Let's Go Devils podcast on the Primetime Radio Network.
Oh, yeah! Woo! This is Devils After Dark. I'm your host, Sam Wu, here with the emergency backup broadcaster, Billy Dean of Hockey on Tap podcast, football primetime, as he came in on an emergency basis, taking him away from his New York Rangers to watch real hockey called the New Jersey Devils. Welcome, 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 as we're coming to you live from the Primetime Radio Studios in the bunker, somewhere in beautiful New Jersey, and Billy Dean's man cave somewhere in New Jersey, undisclosed location, because he's in the witness protection program.
I am.
Yeah, but we're streaming live on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Twitter Live, and Twitch on the Let's Go Devils Network as the Devils beat the Ottawa Senators to win 8 straight. What an exciting game. Billy Dean, welcome to the podcast. Welcome to Devils After Dark. You're probably not used to our shenanigans. You're probably going to be confused. But as the emergency backup broadcaster, you're kind of like the Akira Schmid of the New Jersey Devils.
Say, you can call me Akira Schmid.
Yeah.
And yeah, that overtime was pretty ridiculous, Sam. It was absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, and by the way, hello to everybody at American Whiskey. They're waving back because we are victorious, beating the Ottawa Senators. Hello, YouTube Live. You can find us on our YouTube channel at Let's Go Devils. You can find us on Facebook Live at Let's Go Devils Podcast and on Twitter Live at Let's Go Devils Pod. I want to say hello to Peyton, Mariah, American Whiskey, Frank, the Big Lebowski, Cheech, Casey, everybody, Aaron, Tony, the DJ. All right, I gave all my shout-outs because everybody's happy right now, Billy Dean. Everybody's
happy.
Yeah, I know you're happy. My wallet's not happy because I actually bet on the Detroit Red Wings. It was close there, 2-2, but the Rangers, in the third, and then the Rangers just took over. But we're not going to talk about that. This is a Devil-centric podcast, all that. So enjoy the ride, Billy Dean. You have no idea what you got yourself into. As Shorts Guy is on Long Island, was at the Islanders game on assignment. Yep. Beer Baron was vacationing in Disney World. Scotty at SiriusXM Liquid Metal had a prior engagement with SiriusXM. So I will do the Devils happy recap for all of you, as everybody says American Whiskey rocks, as Joe Lenham, because we will be there November 12th on Saturday. Did you know that?
I did. I'm going to try to be there.
Billy Dean is going to observe. He's going to see beers, $6 drafts in honor of Jesper Bratt, and $3 Swedish Fish, 6-3.
Nice.
Get it? All right, so let's go on to the Happy Devils recap. Just want to welcome in everybody because we got a lot of people, Billy Dean. And I don't want to put any pressure on you, but it's kind of like Akira Schmid coming into a 3-3 game, cold, off the bench, and was asked to make unbelievable saves in overtime. But let's not jump ahead. Let's start off with the game. Devils, Ottawa. Devils really on a 7-game winning streak to start the game. Would it continue? Is this a trap game? I don't know. But let me tell you, the game started off a little bit slow. Mm-hmm. It was, after beating, who did they beat on Tuesday? I keep on forgetting. The Calgary Flames. Yeah, the Calgary Flames. And there's one man. They got the Devils on the board, 1-0. If you ever hear Chico Resch pronounce his name on the Devils Hockey Network, it's like Tartar.
Yep.
Is it Tartar? Is it Tatar? I'm going to call him Tater Tot. He scored his second goal of the season from a feed from Jack Hughes and Jonas Siegenthaler give the Devils the 1-0 lead in the first period on a nice wrist shot. I mean, that was just hard work. Hard-working, all of them were just fighting for the puck. And you're going to see that the Devils are swarming. They are relentless. They are swarming to the puck. It doesn't matter if you're a forward, Billy Dean, if you're a defenseman. They're swarming, and they're swarming in numbers. And that's why they're just simply aggressive right now. And Devils have a 1-0 lead, but Ottawa answered back on the power play on a tip-in by Pinto.
Shane Pinto.
Yep. Great player, great young player. Claude Giroux had the assist, and also Sanderson as well. So the game is tied 1-1, and you're thinking, uh-oh. And about a minute and a half later, Ottawa, Hamonic, scored a second goal of the season to make it 2-1 Ottawa on a slap shot midway in the first period. Actually, I wouldn't say midway. Maybe 13 minutes in the first period. 2-1 Ottawa. And you're thinking to yourself, Devils fans, could this be the day that the music died, is what they said in American Pie?
Yep.
And
you could hear it in Danico's voice that he was worried about that too. You could hear him kind of get sullen.
Yeah. And by the way, I'm going to break here and give you a compliment, Billy Dean, so just savor it. But I got to give you credit. I got to give you credit because as the emergency backup broadcaster, I interrupted your game to watch the New Jersey Devils. And for those that don't know, because you don't really know what it's like to be a Devils fan, Billy Dean, our games get buried on every single cable.
They do. So
Tell the story.
He gives me the text and he's like, or you give me the call. You're like, hey, can you join the pod? You need somebody. I was like, absolutely. I'll come and talk some hockey. And I'm looking through the channels and I got the two TVs down in the basement. You guys can see the one below the other one. So that's I was sporting that. And I'm looking through. I'm like, where the hell are the Devils? And I'm looking through MSG. Obviously, that's the Rangers. MSG Plus is got the Islanders on. And I'm like, where the hell are the Devils? I had to go to this station called SO2. Or it was like it was some just ridiculous channel. It was in like the mid-200s. I'm like, I have no idea what's going on here. I get into it. I'm watching, and obviously, see the Pinto goal, and you see Hamonic come in, and that's when I could see that, Danico was struggling a little bit there. But you come back, and they tie it 2-2 at the end of the first. Go ahead with that goal.
Yeah, and see, this is the advantage of the New York Rangers and their fans when their team actually owns the regional sports network and buries their competition. Like there should be, anyway, this is another time, but there should be like, antitrust laws applying to this. But anyway, let's go ahead because the Devils are down 2-1 in the first period. They're down 2-1, and you're getting a little nervous. Right? And we've seen it time and time and time again. And those at American Whiskey would know that the Devils are now finding a way. This young team with some veteran leadership is now finding a way. And guess what happens? Who's leading the Devils? It is your captain, Nico Hischier, scoring his 7th goal of the season to tie up the game with assists from, you know who. Do you know what we normally do on this podcast, Billy Dean?
I would not know, but I know who Mr. Graves, but I don't think you're going for someone else.
Now, do you like football, Billy Dean? Do you like football? You like football?
I do.
When I think of football, I think of wings.
Yep.
I think of
football primetime.
Yeah, football primetime. Hosted by Billy Dean and AJ, his brother, and sometimes Sam Wu when he has time. And, well, this is what we do on Devils After Dark. Because we do these little game updates. I don't know if you heard. So I'm going to do one right now. All right? Just follow along. Be my color guy, but I will probably do most of it anyway. All right?
Hey, Boom.
This is the Let's Go Devils podcast game update, brought to you by betstamp.app. Give the Devils your bet stamp of approval. Devils Senators at the Rock. Devils riding a 7-game winning streak. The Senators, they've been losing, looking to break their own slump. Devils down 2-1. Devils from their own 10-yard line. Graves snaps the puck to Marino. Marino drops back. Finds Nico Hischier at the 50, the 40, 30, 10. Touchdown! Devils! They've tied it up. Nico Hischier is in the end zone. The Devils fans are going crazy, and it's 2-2 New Jersey!
Nice shot, Boom. No, listen, there was obviously a great goal. That shot, Nico's got a very good shot. This is coming from obviously a Ranger fan, but he's got a great shot. Coming off the top of the circle like that, it was just a laser beam. And he had a couple of those laser beams in this game. That one, we'll get into overtime, but he can snap that puck. John Marino coming from Pittsburgh, he's obviously, those Penguins aren't overly happy with that trade.
I don't know what I'm doing, but they're doing all this kind of stuff at American Whiskey.
They're moving over
yes,
there.
the speakers are on at American Whiskey. We're on the big TV. But yeah, so John Marino with these long passes, he's allowed to do these home run passes, but he's doing it time and time again. It's kind of, we talked about this with Little Steve on Hockey on Tap, Billy Dean, that he liked John Marino. When the trade went down, I asked him, I was like, is John Marino a good player? He said, absolutely. You guys are going to get a quality player. But I think in Pittsburgh, he was not pretty much like got the red light on these kind of passes. But now with New Jersey, he's got the freedom, and he's just he's just threading the needle, tape on tape. And as long as you're doing it and you're taking these high-risk passes and you're actually getting results, I'm all for it. Some of the players on the Devils, don't, they shouldn't be doing it because, the turnovers and all that. But John Marino from Western PA, kind of like Dan Marino, isotoner gloves, snowflake, that Dan Marino. I'm telling you, 2-2 Devils, and they're finding a way to recapture the momentum. Going into intermission, game tied 2-2. Second period, well, the Devils were swarming. Yep. They got the memo. This is possibly a trap game, but you better start showing up. And guess who scores? It's the BMW line, or what we call the Beef MW line. Miles Wood scores his 6th goal of the season. Yep. McLeod, Basham with the assists. These guys are bringing the energy. They're bringing the beef. They're bringing depth to the New Jersey Devils, the leadership, and they're not going to be pushed around. Devils up 3-2 early in the second period. It was all New Jersey Devils. It was really all New Jersey Devils. They were out and shooting
21-6.
It was that the stat? Yeah,
he was 21-7.
21-7, and it was all New Jersey Devils. And you know what? The second period, for a long time now, has been a problem with the New Jersey Devils. But this season, with the exception of the first 2 games, the Devils, the second period, it's almost like it's their period, that they own the place. And impressive. And the Devils had what's that?
Yeah, they had great possession in that period, and then the only thing obviously keeping him off the scoreboard really outside of the Wood goal is Anton Forsberg was kind of standing on his head. Obviously, give credit to, the Ottawa goaltender. But, yeah, I mean, Devils dominated that period. They're able to grab that one in the second, and Miles Wood with his number 6.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, some of the comments on the YouTube Live, I don't know if you know how crazy our YouTube Live is.
I'm on
Billy
Facebook
Dean.
Live. A lot of stuff going on there.
Yeah. You look at Facebook Live, I'll look at YouTube Live, because YouTube Live says, Robert says John Marino, great quarterback. Couldn't agree more. He is a great quarterback from Western PA. There was the Terry Bradshaw and there's a lot of great Western PA quarterbacks. Was it Jim Kelly? Yeah, Joe Montana. Was Jim Kelly from Western PA?
I believe he was, too.
Yeah. So there's a lot of quarterbacks. And there's John Marino coming via Pittsburgh, as in the Pittsburgh Penguins.
John Marino, Harvard alum, former line mate of a Norris Trophy winning defenseman Adam Fox.
Yeah, well, John Marino unfortunately told Adam everything he knew. So
he did. Yeah, he really did.
Yeah. Good job. And Western PA, Steve Engel says, Puxatawny Phil. Yeah, I actually tried to go out there once in college because I went to Penn State. And, again, back in those days, believe it or not, Billy Dean, I was a procrastinator and I didn't get up in time. Yeah. Back in those days, yeah. But Forsberg was pretty good tonight for the Ottawa Senators, but Pinto, keep an eye on that kid. 8th goal of the season.
He's a goal scorer.
Yeah, and early in the third period, and you're thinking, uh-oh, tie game, equalizer. It's anybody's game at this point. And what are your thoughts? I mean, you got to see all the third period and overtime. Did you feel the momentum kicking back to Ottawa?
Yes. Especially right after the goal. Shane Pinto scores on the wrister. Obviously, Pinto, they've had him in – he's former first-round pick. They've had him in Ottawa for a little while. And he was not on the trade block because Ottawa wanted to keep him, but a lot of teams kept asking for him in the offseason when they were trying to do upgrades. Obviously, kid went to North Dakota. He had 31 goals, I think, in like 50 games. He can really snap the puck. And you could see – and I was talking about Hischier too, that that wrist shot was fantastic for both of those kids. Not because they're kids, I'm 37 years old and they are younger. But yeah, I mean, they both, Pinto with a great shot, and you could just see that the time of possession changed for the Devils. It went more towards Ottawa's way. Ottawa had a little more jump. Thomas Chabot moving up in the play. You could see it with Giroux and Stützle, even though they were playing the body on Stützle pretty well. And you could see up until that about 5-minute mark, the Devils started to make the turn. It started to get a little more even. And, they were able to draw it out zeros the rest of that period and go to overtime.
Yeah, and, there was a lot of back and forth and then overtime. So the Devils got their point. So did Ottawa.
Yep.
Devils' second overtime.
Oh, by the way, in that third, that's when Vitek Vanecek, who stopped 20 shots.
Yes.
I think it was about the 50. It was about 10 minutes into the third period that I guess he got ran into by Chabot early in the second.
Yeah.
And I guess they were saying that might have been the contribution to him leaving, but Akira Schmid
precautionary.
Yeah.
Anybody that knows the New Jersey Devils. Don't read into a lot of their, what happened with Nico Hischier. First it was dehydration, then it was cramps, then suddenly it's a hamstring, and you're thinking the worst. So just wait for the information to come out.
You guys have both, Bernier and Mackenzie Blackwood out with knee injuries, right? So you're thinking, oh crap, we lose our goalie, our starter, and Schmid comes in. And I think he made two or three saves in the third period, and then overtime he shined, I thought. But
yeah, per Ryan Novozinski, Ruff says no concern about Vanecek.
Okay,
I don't believe Ruff. Are you kidding me?
Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, Schmid looked good enough that you might even just give him that start next, just to, make a feel. I mean, it's against an Arizona team that you should beat, but Yeah, I could see that happening.
Kyle writes in the YouTube live, precautionary, great, Vitek's neck's broken.
Yeah, Ray Leo goes, I don't buy it for 1 second either.
Yeah. Basically, it's called the devil's stall tactic. Let's just feed him some stall tactics, and we'll figure out who we're gonna pull off of waivers right now, right?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people on Facebook Live saying that they could see, Vitek resting for a little bit, maybe until the Toronto game, have a couple of games with Schmid in the net.
Yeah,
I think that if he feels good, they'll let Schmid take the. I would assume they'd let Schmid take the Coyotes game, and maybe Vitek takes the next one.
Yeah. So we go into overtime, 3-on-3 action, and then
the
Marino.
Devils, so off the opening faceoff, Hischier wins, and the Devils had control for like a minute and a half, some quality, scoring chances, and then Ottawa gets the puck and immediately comes down the ice, and you have a scoring chance by
Brady
Tkachuk, and then there was a hack on the hand on Marino himself.
They threw the flag.
Yeah, they did
on that play.
Marino unsportsmanlike.
Yeah.
They should have thrown unsportsmanlike when he did the fake spike, but damn it.
Yeah, well, Devils got the equivalent of a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down power play for the Ottawa Senators. Well, that was interesting.
Ridiculous.
That was
absolutely ridiculous by Schmid, where he makes 4 point-blank stops on Tkachuk and Stützle and DeBrincat, and just there's one save he made on Tkachuk on the backside after Stützle slides it over, and I thought it was a goal. I actually got up because I was, I know I have to come on here, but I'm not gonna. I also have Brady Tkachuk on my fantasy team, so that would have been a nice goal. But I thought he scored, and that was a crazy save. And penalty expires, and then here come the Devils.
Yeah, and here come the Devils, and let's go back to Schmid just 1 second. I mean, you talked about point blank range. You talk about instant goaltending. This thing called instant offense, instant goaltending, and he may have played himself to a start. You never know for Saturday against the Coyotes, but Akira Schmid, I'm telling you, and Nico Dawes are actually very good goaltenders. They were just called up last season on an emergency basis, which was not even fair to either one of them. But they got the experience. They got some playing time. And maybe that contributed to Schmid being calm and cool and collected. And 4 point-blank saves against Ottawa Senators. Think about that.
That foursome that they had out there with Giroux and Tkachuk and Stützle and DeBrincat they're all lethal, and they all have shots that can easily score. They're all smart. I mean, that was a 2-minute power, and they were all on for over 2 minutes. They're the whole power play.
A four on 3.
Yeah, and really it was a 4 on 2.5. I think even.
Yeah. It was a Holla
broke his stick.
Yeah.
It was
unbelievable.
Craziness. That was really good.
And you talk about a team that's trying to find a way to win, and then Jack Hughes gets manhandled by Shabbat, a holding. Well, you think he was diving?
I don't think he was diving. I just think both of them are going for the puck, and Shabbat's
the optics
just a large
didn't
human
look
being.
good.
No,
he shouldn't be like that.
Yeah.
To Jack Hughes, he should have
Shabbat's
been like
a large
this.
human being. He should have. Yeah. But I mean, unfortunately, that's a penalty, and they come back, and we just talked about it before we went on. The Devils PA starts playing no, hey, goodbye.
Didn't understand
that. You guys
that.
didn't score yet. What are you doing?
You know what? And again, I was thinking this, and in my mind, I'm thinking if that DJ, whoever, I think it's TJ the DJ, if you jinx it on me, I'm going to find you.
You need DJ Shelley. You got to get DJ.
Yeah, we need DJ Shelley. Yeah.
She wouldn't do that.
Yeah, she wouldn't do that. DJ Shelley would get the whole place up and, arms in the air and all that. But anyway, Devils on the power play. 4-on-3. And I have a friend that is a transplant from our area to North Carolina, and he's adopted from a Rangers fan. He has adopted the Carolina Hurricanes. And he's always busting my chops. Well, how's Dougie Hamilton treating you? Well, he's doing just fine, Jamie, if you're listening. Because Dougie Hamilton.
Clapper. Yeah.
Boom. Done. Game over.
So I see on ESPN that they actually credited Nico Hischier. I think he might have gotten a tip on that because they're saying he has 2 goals in this game. So I don't know if that's completely official at 4:27, but Hischier was in front of the net when Hamilton took that clapper. So obviously a nice feed by Jack Hughes.
I'm going to double check here. You're right.
Yeah.
And you know what? Now it makes the headlines look really bad because I said I wrote the Hamilton drops the hammer.
Well, he did. I mean, that was a nice shot.
Yeah.
If he, maybe he should got the slightest, but I mean, it didn't look like it really changed that much direction because it went top shelf.
Yeah.
Right over the glove hand of Forsberg, but that was a laser beam. And I mean, if Hischier got a piece of that, good job on the hand-eye coordination. But Hamilton with a blast, and you bring him in here because of that. You need that offense from the back end. I don't really think there was anyone other than not Siegenthaler, but Severson that really has that kind of offensive abilities, on the team. So Hamilton could do a lot of things. Steve and I have been talking for a couple of years now that Dougie Hamilton's one of those guys that you could easily see him winning a Norris Trophy. He's that talented. He has that much offensive capabilities, and
wave to the crowd, Billy Dean. They're waving.
I thought you said.
Anyway,
yeah. So Hamilton's a beast, and this is exactly why you're paying him $8+ million per year is because you need offense from the back end on the power play, and he provided that today.
Yeah, and Nico Hischier with the game-winning goal. Just amazing. I want all the Kel McCarr talk to stop because Nico Hischier, we're seeing the real Nico Hischier right now. He not only is he Mr. Clutch, he's the captain of the team, but he's an elite player. I'll say it right now. He is an elite player. He had a lot to handle. A rebuilding team, tons of expectations. Being the captain at 22 when they gave it to him? Now 24 years old, I believe. You can make an argument that he should be in the Hart Trophy conversation right now at this juncture of the season. Because right now he is scoring clutch goals. He's leading the New Jersey Devils. Yeah, he's got help, but usually MVP-type players do have that type of help. And you know what? The kid is no longer a kid. Nico Hischier had that ability since he was a rookie to will himself and carry the team on his back. And when they needed him the most, he came through tonight. 2 goals, 1 in overtime. And the Devils have won 8 straight. 3 stars of the game, Nico Hischier, number 1, surprise, surprise. Shane Pinto, number 2. Tomas Tatar, 3rd star. I would give the 4th star to Akira Schmid for just an amazing overtime.
Yeah, no, he was ridiculous. I mean, I know, for you guys, Hischier's obviously team MVP at the moment. I don't think he holds a candle to Connor McDavid exactly, but
overrated. McDavid's overrated.
Guy's got 29 points in 14 games.
It's a Homer Devils. It's a Homer Devils podcast. Connor who?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who is this?
Yeah.
it is amazing when you look at the top of the scoring stand, stat sheets, and you have McDavid with 29 in 14 games, Leon Draisaitl 26 in 14 games, and then Nika Kucherov with 21 in 13 games, and then it's just they're so much ahead of the game. Connor McDavid's 8 points ahead of anyone not named Leon Draisaitl. It's just he's crazy.
Yeah, I mean it is crazy, but those are stats.
Yeah,
and Hischier right now is all over the ice in a good way.
Yeah.
He is all over the ice. The motor has not stopped, and he may not be as fast as McDavid or may not have the skill level like McDavid, but my goodness, I will challenge anybody on this. Nobody has the heart of Nico Hischier. I'm going to tell you that right now, because through those bad times when he got hit in the face by PK Subban in the jaw, trying to come back, always, and then there was one time he dropped an F-bomb in the press conference by accident, and then he said, and in such a European classy fashion, he apologized for it.
Yep.
In the heat of the moment, but no one really cared because it was like it was real, it was authentic, and I just can't say enough about Nico Hischier that he's the MVP of the team right now. Jesper Bratt may have the points, but Nico Hischier in the clutch situations is carrying the team on his back, and he's getting results. He's getting results, folks. And looking at the stats, this is something we do here on Devils After Darks. Raining pucks! Or whatever, how Scotty does it. Raining pucks! If the Devils score, if the Devils have 35 or more shots on goal. They had 41 to 28 today. 50-50 on the faceoffs. Devils 1 for 3 on the power play, that last goal, and the Senators 1 for 4. Hits 14-6 Senators. Devils had 8 penalties. Senators 6. But how many penalties did Brendan Smith have today?
Yeah, I was just looking at that too.
Senators had a lot of blocks. But yeah, Devils winning 8 straight. Who saw this coming? Being 0-2 to start the season. Almost 0-3 when they were down 2-0 to the Anaheim Ducks in the third game of the season. Lindy Ruff's job is secure right now. And the way the Devils are winning, they are finding ways to win. Even when they don't have their A game. It's easy to win when you have your A game. But when you don't have your A game and your goaltender goes down again, you find a way to win. This is twice a Devils goaltender would go down. Mac Black goes down, Vanecek, next goaltender up. Vanecek's in, Devils win. Vanecek goes down, third period, 3-3. The rookie, I would consider him a rookie, Akira Schmid, limited time in the NHL, made 4 unbelievable saves in OT. But give credit to the Devils, because as soon as he got in goal, in net, they didn't allow a shot right away. Ottawa couldn't test him early, cold off the bench. So the Devils kept on pressing. They had possession of the puck. And I think it was maybe 3 or 4 minutes later that they actually got something on net, but it was really a cover-up routine save by Akira Schmid. So, again, Devils win 8 straight. On top of the Metropolitan Division, Billy Dean, I'm going to ask you an honest question. Full disclosure, you are a New York Rangers fan.
I am.
But I want you to give me an honest answer. Do you think the Devils really could sustain this? Is this one of these things where by December it's just going to go south?
All right, so everyone, I'm sure on Facebook and YouTube is going to kill me because I'm a Rangers fan saying this. The Devils are a good team. They're not this good. right? Like we talked about in the beginning of the season. I think we talked about with you, Sam, and with the Let's Go Devils guys, that they're an up and coming team. They're gonna have trials and tribulations throughout the year. They obviously are super talented. Watching Jack Hughes play is crazy, and for all the idiot Ranger fans, and I say this absolutely true. For all those idiot Ranger fans that say, they should have taken Capo Caco instead of Jack Hughes, they're just morons, right?
Yeah.
You can clearly see the difference between the two. Jack Hughes is super talented. You guys have depth. Seeing Bratt and Siegenthaler and Sharon Govich, the way you guys are playing, you have the young talent, and you're looking for guys to take steps up, and you're hoping Vanecek can do that in net. It's a team that's fun to watch and interesting, and that's kind of last year with the Rangers, how they were just always get high Sam on the guy's phone,
or something like that. Here, we'll zoom in.
Sam. But yeah, listen, you have a lot of talent on this team. They're going to take steps, and it's going to be a fun team to watch. But yeah, I don't think they're an 11-3 team. I don't think they're a 9-1 streak last 10. They're that kind of team the rest of the season. I think they're middle of the pack in the Metro. I do expect to see some of these teams. The Penguins are hurting right now, and they're going to be hurting for a while. Same thing with the Capitals.
Yeah.
So I could see the Devils absolutely making the playoffs. In this division, I could see the Devils, Hurricanes, Islanders, Rangers. I could see it finishing that way. And
could Pittsburgh be out?
I think they might be. They talk about Thanksgiving at the Thanksgiving break and where teams lie in the standings at Thanksgiving, and it's been proven almost 75% of the time that if you're not in the playoff spot by Thanksgiving, you're out of the race. So, the Penguins have a lot of, crap going on with them, and, their stars aren't playing like stars. You have Malkin issues, but I know this is, more for our podcast, but, for the Devils, right, you guys just got to be excited for your team. You have a lot of stuff coming up, and, they're a playoff team.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, Devils win in overtime, 4-3. 22 points. Is it 22 points? Yeah, they have 22 points right now. 11-2. New Jersey. 11-2.
Yeah. They're playing great. I mean, what are you going to say? They're playing great.
Yeah.
Obviously, Ray Leo says, how ironic the Penguins are hurting in a year with Bedard on the board. I would cry. I would cry if Connor Bedard goes to play with Sidney Crosby.
Oh, if that happens,
oh my God, I'm gonna quit.
Yeah, see, unfortunately, the Devils have that Pittsburgh connection, and they followed the tanking, but the Devils. Oh, look at that! Look at that on American Whiskey. Shots all around. Yeah, you see that American Whiskey. The site of November 12th, when the Let's Go Devils podcast with Chico Resch and Bruce Driver, pregame game day live. Scotty at SiriusXM Liquid Metal will be beamed in. Nick Villano at pucksandpitchforks.com will be on the ground. Other surprise guests may occur. We haven't confirmed yet. So it's going to be a big party in tribute to Jesper Bratt. Rat Pack will be there as well. So a lot of drink specials, a lot of good things happening of American Whiskey, 51 Edison Place, the downtown section of Newark, New Jersey, across the street from Prudential Center and next to Championship Plaza. It's going to be a good time, Billy Dean. You should stop down.
I'm going to try.
Yeah, and I see my buddy Rick and Julie there. You got to say hello. See, now they're waving. See, they know where it's at. American Whiskey. It's going to be a good time November 12th. Going to show up. Bruce Driver's going to hang out. Stanley Cup champion. Chico Resch, Stanley Cup champion. Beer specials, $6 drafts. Some people complain it should be $5. Hey, inflation. What are you going to do? It's going to be inflation for one game, okay, folks? Just play along with Jesper Bratt, and $3 Swedish Fish. As we got a lot of people on YouTube Live commenting, Facebook Live, thank you, Twitter Live. Just a lot of people commenting. It's just great. We're the most commented Devils podcast in the history of New Jersey Devils podcasts. It's a good time. Everyone's having a good time at American Whiskey. Always a good time. Even on a Thursday night, they're all dancing and all that. But expect Billy Dean to be a ruckus Saturday night before the Devils take on the Coyotes. Military night.
Military night. Nice.
Oh, thank goodness for our veterans. We love our veterans here on the podcast, beyond the podcast, all those people. Now I see the shake and bake. The shake and bake on camera. You see that? The shake and bake. It's kind of like the New Jersey Devils when they do the give and go on the power play. Look at them.
Not bad.
See, everyone's having a good time. Everyone's having a good time. Yeah, everyone's having a good time.
Nope. After every win, they should be happy.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Boo this man, says Josh S. I don't know who's talking about. Mateo says Rangers are one serious injury away from not being a playoff team.
Well, the goaltender, sure. I mean, if the Devils lost, Hughes
this guy's full of the Rangers suck. Yeah, you know what, Billy Dean? I
love Devils fans. They're so upset with the Rangers.
I keep this here.
Who signed that, by the way? Who signed that?
Patrick Elias did.
Okay.
Dinas Zubris. And another guy. I don't remember him.
Right, nice.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I got a couple of those Rangers signed somewhere over there signed, but they don't say suck. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. So, Billy Dean, I can't believe that you did this podcast. You're 100% professional, coming off the bench, cold. You were just having a night by yourself, watching your team, the New York Rangers, and then you get the call.
Wife too. Yeah. Wife was watching with me. Obviously, popping in the next week or so with another child.
Yeah.
A teen child.
Yeah. Let's talk about that. On top of everything else, and I didn't know if I was supposed to mention it. No. You and your wife are about to have a baby, and you got the call.
You got future New York Ranger. Not
if Uncle Sam has anything to do with it. I'm going to be brainwashing your child from day one.
There's going to be a lot of people. Trust me. No, but we, obviously going to be expecting a little boy soon. That's pretty cool. Next week or so. But no, I love talking hockey, and Devils fans can give me crap all they want. I do respect teams and players, and I do respect the Devils. They have a ton of talent, and it's fun, right? It's the Ranger Devil rivalry is fun when both teams are good. And when they suck, it was miserable. And to even have one team good and the other team bad is just it's terrible for this space. And it's going to be a great matchup for the next few years. Screw the Islanders. We could all, I'm sure, both say that. It's going to be a lot of fun.
By the way, Jacob Schmo. Question for the Rag fan. This is going to be a good one.
Yep.
How can you be king with no ring?
So hold on. Everyone complains about the king with no ring thing. He got that from winning a gold medal in Sweden, and then we just had some idiot Sweden fans that were Ranger fans too start calling him the king, and it just kind of stuck. But I guess they're calling Igor the Tsar, so maybe that'll actually come to fruition.
Yeah.
Yeah. And obviously the helmet. He always has the helmet on it. He had the king crown on his helmet. Whatever.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
hopefully he wins. Hopefully he wins a cup as a member of the, organization, as a member of the front office. I can wish.
Who, Lundqvist?
Yeah, he's a part of the front office. He's a,
speaking of front office, Martin Brodeur, fashion jersey designer, now executive VP.
EVP. Yeah, I saw that.
Executive VP of hockey operations. So I guess the business side of the business said, look, these jerseys aren't really working too well.
These jerseys suck.
I'm telling you. Let me ask you this: when you saw that jersey, jersey, did you feel bad for us at least?
I didn't feel bad. And it's kind of with like the Tampa with the reverse retro. We talked about that coming out this week. It looks so awful, and there's like 8,000 different colors on a Tampa jersey, and it just listen. Jersey, it says jersey on it. All right, fine. Just you couldn't have went to any.
Could they use a different font?
Maybe.
You know what? Oh, look at this. A nice selfie. A nice selfie at American Whiskey. That's the kind of atmosphere that you're going to expect on November 12th. Just love all around. Love thy fellow fan. No more of this fan politics that New Jersey Devils fans have. We're winning. Winning solves everything. Even David Blitzer was on TV today. Yes, David Blitzer, partner of the New Jersey Devils, or Harris Blitzer Sports Entertainment. So, but yeah, it's a great night tonight. And Steve Engel says that chick is playing two guys, LOL. See, anything can happen at American Whiskey. Anything can happen at American Whiskey. And you see the love in the air? Do you see the happiness of these New Jersey Devils fans? That's what it's all about. So on November 12th, get there early. Chico Resch, Devils Hockey Network, former Devils captain and Stanley Cup champion Bruce Shriver will be hanging out. They'll be on the podcast, but they'll be hanging out. We're not going to be like pushing autographs behind the table, all that kind of stuff. Hey!
There we go.
Pay in. Remember to tip your bartenders.
Yeah, tip her well.
Yes, tip them well. Yes, look at that. You see that? You see the fun. We are the fun. Hashtag we are fun. You will be entering the fun zone on November 12th at American Whiskey, 51 Edison Place, across the street from Prudential Center. Look at that. Yeah. You see that?
Hockey on tap, guys.
Yeah. See, they're all fired up. They're all fired up. You know what? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this for them. I'm going to do this for them. I'm hoping we're on the loudspeaker. We better be on the loudspeaker because I'm going to do this for them. And I'm going to do this for all of you at home because this is what we do here on the Let's Go Devils podcast. You see this? This is what we call fans.
I'm going to leave, Sam. Devils suck.
No. Potvins cups.
Did you see the Potvin socks?
Yes. I asked Shorts Guy's girlfriend to get me them, and she sold out. It was very, very nicely done by the Islanders.
That's not bad. Yeah, I hate that chant. I absolutely hate that chant in the Garden. I don't.
Do you really?
The guy's been out of hockey for 50 years, and we're still doing this stupid chant. We couldn't do anything better.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. I really do hate New York Ranger fans, other than myself and some smart people, but it's depressing sometimes, the idiots in the suits that come down from their businesses and give us all a bad name.
People are requesting us to have David Blitzer on the podcast, but we actually have him on the line. Billy Dean? Yeah, we actually have him on the line. All
right.
Hold on a sec. Pleased to welcome to Devils After Dark, HBSE's managing partner, David Blitzer. Dave, are you there? I told you guys to be patient. Be patient. And you see, now we're on an 8-game winning streak. I almost said losing because I'm so used to that. Ha, 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 ha. But we're on an 8-game winning streak, and we are going to start jacking up the prices of tickets, beer, and all that kind of stuff. But if you want to get great added value bonus to your Devils experience, go to American Whiskey on November 12th before the Devils take on the Arizona Coyotes, where you will get $6 drafts and $3 Swedish Fish in honor of Jesper Bratt. So that's all I have to say. Good day. I'm flying out in my helicopter with my friend Josh.
Hey, can you maybe make the Cleveland Guardians a little better?
David Blitzer, everybody, from the New Jersey Devils. Harris Blitzer Sports Entertainment. Yes. And Max says, shameless plug, I love it. Kyle says, I think David Blitzer needs to do a Marino football.
Nice. Yeah, he's got 3 teams. He's got baseball, basketball, and hockey. He just needs that football.
Well, no, he's got Pittsburgh Steelers.
He is Steelers? I thought.
Yeah, he's a minority owner of the Steelers because he took David Tepper's shares when David Tepper of New Jersey, Short Hills, bought the Carolina Panthers. I wonder, I don't know, do you think this podcast has extended its time because they're requesting that David Blitzer do a football call?
Yeah. Overstayed our welcome here. Just a little bit.
Next time. That's the tease.
Next time
when Scotty's back, because I've already have you ever seen a podcast do all this stuff, Billy Dean?
I mean, yeah, this is one of a kind. Our podcast gets a little off the rails, especially Schwim. He's always, he's something, that kid. But yeah, it's listen, I was happy to come on, talk, any kind of hockey with you. I don't care if it's Devils, Rangers or Coyotes, doesn't matter to me. And watching games is always fun. It's why God made 2 TVs. It's very nice.
Split screen like what we're doing right now. Live look-ins. Awesome. Yeah, and God made a live look-ins at American Whiskey, so you know what you're getting yourself into on November 12th.
Yeah,
exactly.
Make good choices, everybody.
Golf claps, Robert.
Yeah. Tip your waitress.
Yes. Tip your waitress, and so I'll see everybody Saturday at American Whiskey. I'll be there around 4 o'clock setting up. Just remember, when I'm setting up, let me set up. It's kind of like football when a quarterback is at his home field. You got to quiet down.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you, Bill, for coming on the podcast. It was a pleasure. I will make Scotty watch this episode, so he'll feel like a Wally Pipp moment where maybe Billy Dean is going to take over his position. You never know.
Really good.
We've seen a lot of things happen on this podcast.
A lot of worse things.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Billy. Thank you for all those tuning in. The comments. Devils win 8 straight. A tip-in by Nico Hischier from Dougie Hamilton. Things are looking great, folks. Dropping the podcast at midnight. Till next time, let's go Devils.